Okay, so why isn't anyone talking about this book? Should be like on top of everyone's list to prioritize to read in between movies of the the next coming movies, because this is, first of all, this is canon to the whole Jurassic World franchise, so this is practically like a movie that no one is talking about, which I have no idea why we aren't, because this is a really good analysis of Claire's life and her internship at Jurassic World before it was even operational. And there's a lot of stories taking place throughout it. Like, there's a mystery of a notebook that Claire found in her hotel room, which talks about Sorna and transporting dinosaurs from there, which is kind of what they did to get the dinosaurs on Nublar for the exhibit of Jurassic World. And Henry Wu's in it too, and they talk about Mizrahi and all that stuff, and there's a lot of dinosaurs in it, which surprised me. I mean, you can't have a Jurassic book without dinosaurs, which is given. And just examples of some witness problems in the story. There's a brachiosaur that likes to destroy gyrospheres, so they have to come up with a reason or a way to stop them from destroying the gyrospheres, because that's an attraction. And there's a baby triceratops, and the whole Rexy's there, obviously. And there's even a scene where we go to the paddock of her, and we get to see her feeding and all the process of that, and goes into detail about Rexy and all that stuff. And also, there's a big disease going around the island too, which is baffling the scientists on the island, because they're always getting sick and getting these spots or something like that. So the story kind of revolves around that and the mysterious journal that Claire finds in her hotel room. And also, someone is sabotaging the park and stealing information from the party, so that is really interesting about who and how they're doing it and why. So, and you find out in the book, which is really interesting too. And as you can tell in the bottom, there's a raptor being introduced in front of Claire and all that, and a mysterious person that I won't tell who he is, but he's a major character, and it helps influence Claire in the long run. And I have to admit that it starts out slow. It talks about Claire's family and her sister, as we know from Jurassic World, and just how she started out as a animal character, kind of like how she was in Fallen Kingdom, and we learned how she came from that into a cold-hearted person, which is really interesting how that happened. And so, why are we not talking about this book? I'm surprised none of the big Jurassic World discussion channels or anything are talking about this movie like it's a piece of crap when it's not. So, if you haven't read this, I recommend reading it, because A, it's canon, B, it's interesting as hell, and C, it explains all the events that happened before Jurassic World even happened, and it's very suspenseful, and a lot of people die, so that's good. And I know Crichton didn't write it because A, he's dead, so that's probably why most people aren't reading it, because it's not his work and his opinion, but this author stuck really close to his writing and still has the same mood or tone of what he usually wrote in Jurassic Park, which if you haven't read his books on the Lost World and all that stuff, you need to read it. Even though that's not canon, but to the movie series, but this is canon, and why no one isn't talking about it baffles me. So that's why I made this video, because this needs to be discussed and needs to be promoted more, because this, like I keep saying, this is canon. Oops. This is canon, and so it happens, and it's really interesting, and Sorna is involved, and you get to learn about them transferring the dinosaurs onto New Water and how all of that went down. So pick up this book, and if not, order it on Amazon. It's like $18, and it's pretty neat. It's called The Evolution of Clare, Jurassic World, and that's pretty much it. So pick it up, read it, and be amazed about everything, and learn what went down before Jurassic World was operational.